Good morning, Wagwan. So, today we want the truth about something. We want to see what is really happening in the blockchain. Okay? So, no more doubts, no more, oh man, it's a bull market. Is it a bear market? So, how can we figure this out? Today, even. Now, if you look right here, right? You're going to see a chart. And this is my personal chart, all right? So I've been doing this charting for a couple years, and obviously I had a blockchain breakthrough. So, and many other people did. And it's not that hard to have. And I think this is the perfect blockchain breakthrough for many entry level and mid-level and even advanced level that they just want a little bit of clarity, maybe from another source like me or anybody else on the internet. So as you can see, we have gone up to $126,000 on Bitcoin, and that's amazing. But the crash happened and most people didn't see it coming, you know. Obviously, we probably was just looking at our portfolios, and that's okay. They might have saw something, and they did see something. So did I. So I reacted, and most people did. And this is how we saw it. So this setup, and it's a very, very simple setup. So you can see the Fibonacci in the background, right? You can see two signals, the EMA, exponential moving average, and you can see the other signal, a SRI, stochastic RSI. And you can definitely search these up or put it on your chart yourself. They're free, you know, and they do wonders for me and have been doing wonders for me for the past couple years. So, and if you add all of this together, if you include all of this, right, it start making sense now, especially when you add a trend line. And if that trend line has been respected, and you can see what I'm looking at, it seems like it has been respected. But now we're at a major crosshairs, okay? A major crosshairs. Because now at these levels where not only, you know, reacting to our trend line, we're reacting to a Fibonacci level, you know, and we're reacting to the major support level of the 2021 top, which is around 70K. So it's like, all right, these are three major flags, and any loss of momentum can be dire to the blockchain's short-term future, in the short-term future of your investments, your AI, your meme coins, your L1s, your L2s, your subnets, and we don't want that. So yes, Bitcoin has went up to $78,000 recently, and I'll put the other chart on, $78,000. But the trend line has just been broken, and it's bearish, the bearish trend line, since the all-time high top and now. So yes, everything is gonna be, you know, green in the market. We're gonna have a little bit momentum, but structure is everything, you know, and it will not go straight up. It has to build structure. It has to go back down and maintain support. It has to have a support level. And if we don't maintain that support level, then most people will be shocked that what's going to happen, especially if the 1 week, don't even get me started with the 2 week, but the 1 week stochastic RSI crosses back downwards under the 20 level, we will have some sad investors. In the short term though. Taking a closer look at Bitcoin, and remember, this is my personal chart. So as you can see, we have the Fibonacci, we have the EMA, 21 close, and the stochastic RSI, 14-week close. So we'll get rid of that. And we have the top of the market, 126,000. So since 126,000, that was our top. And looking at it really closely, we've been respecting not only our trend line as bearish, but our EMA as bearish since the week of October the 6th. So since October 6th, today is April. So that's a couple months. October, that's 6 months. So 6 months we've been on a downtrend. And on a weekly basis, with our stochastic RSI, you can tell that we have not once really gone over the 20 level since then. We even rejected the 20 level back when we got our all-time high, October 6th. You see the stochastic RSI? Rejecting it. And this is where the bear trend comes in. And right here, January 12th, Monday, we went to our EMA, we went to our trend line, and we rejected it. Not only did we reject both, we breached our Fibonacci trend line on November 10th, and the week of November 10th and November 17th. This gave us even more clarity that we were going lower. So now we get to 2026, and we made a bottom, a potential bottom, everyone's saying. The low says 60,132. So Bitcoin hit 60,000. And ever since then, it's been under the 20 level on the stochastic RSI until March 16th on a Monday. Mind you, we're facing 70K and bouncing to 74K of the Fibonacci. We can go over here. You can see that the Fibonacci red line is at 74K, just like the blue line is at 85K. And the green line is at $106,000. And everything makes sense when everything is lined up perfectly. You see that? So, this is how I, as an investor, trade. I don't trade like a trader. I trade like an investor. But I also think long term. If I was paying attention, or if any traders was paying attention on February the 2nd with $60,000, you could have put a little long in, followed it, major support. But this is only for the short term. We don't want the short term plays. We want to see if Bitcoin can breach 70K, hold support first, breach 74K, retest the EMA at the 78,000 level, and go back to at least the blue line, the Fibonacci, at the 0.786 level, $85,000. So it's all a numbers game, really, and a timing game. You know, you don't want to think too hard about it or make it hard to think about. Now, why do I think the bottom will be 30K? Well, as you can see, I have my green line here, and I am expecting a rejection. Why do I think that Bitcoin will be rejected between $76,000 and $78,000. Well, if we go back in time to the last bull market or even the bear market, you can see this is the last bull market where we had the double top, November 8th, 2021. Wonderful time, wonderful time. And then we crashed down to 15,000. Wonderful time, wonderful time. Now here is the key. Here is the key of why I think Bitcoin and the 30K bottom is really, really promising. So when we went up, we breached the EMA from the bear market from 15,000. We touched it once. Okay, wonderful. Higher high. We touched it twice. Wonderful. Higher high. See, 29,700. And 28, oh, I read the wrong one. So 31,000. And a higher 31,000 in 800s. So this is a higher high. This is a 1 touch on the EMA, a 2 touch on the EMA, and a 3 touch on the EMA. We're obviously going higher. And while it was going up, the stochastic RSI down the bottom was also above the 100 level. Yeah, it dropped below here, but the EMA and the stochastic RSI played a major part in having major support. So we bounced. And you can see every time we're over the 100 level on the stochastic RSI, we go higher and higher. But we stay there, you know, we just go bullish. And it's crazy. So before we get too far, right here, January 22nd on a Monday, after we breached this 30 level, you know, building structure, going sideways. My worry is we never went back. This candle right here, this candle specifically never went back and, you know, made a touch around this level, like maintaining like a nice structural level, nice support level, you know, structure for long term. Like this level wasn't never touched again. It wanted to touch it, but I guess we were just too damn bullish. And then we went to our all-time highs. So that right there is funny to me. So going back forward in time, we breaches our all-time high. We don't go back down. We never go back down under 40K again. Mind you, we don't go back down to 40K again. Major Fibonacci level at 42, and we go up to our all-time high. Now you can tell on a weekly basis why the top was in. There's an EMA rule that was broken right here. If there's a high and it touches the EMA and there's not a new all-time high before the EMA touches again, the next rally is a false rally. And this is how we got to 126,219. Yep, 219. And so we plummeted. That's what the top was in. Mind you, when the top was in, the stochastic RSI was breaching the 20 level. These are the signals you have to look out for that tells you that the market is losing steam. And guess what? It never went over the 20 level again. And this was the bear market. You see that? Never went over the 20 level in January. We crashed again. And guess what? Yeah, we're breaching the 20 level, and this is why everyone is so happy this month, April 13th, the week of April 13th. Everyone's so happy. Bitcoin's reaching $78,000, not knowing that, man, this is a break it or make it moment. This major trend line and the EMA and a Fibonacci level is being touched and tested at the same time. If there's not enough momentum to breach us over these levels, well, you better be careful in the short term and watch these levels. 42 to 30,000. And the Fibonacci, obviously go down to 4,000, but yeah, that's impossible. Like, I mean, it's not impossible, but yeah, right. Please do go down to 4,000 Bitcoin. I'll be ready. I'll be ready right here. I'm already ready. Well, many people was been ready right here, but investors like me, we still hoping for this level. And not even hoping, there's a high possibility that 30K might just be the bottom. So now today we ask ourselves, okay, is this just a relief rally before the end of the bear market, before the major crash happens? We get a nice relief rally? It's really break it or make it right now, because, man, a lot of shorts will be filled and a lot of longs will be liquidated. But it all takes time, you know. Today, Sunday, the weekly candle closes at 8 o'clock. So we'll see how this next week treats us, how the price does, and we have to be ready to put capital in just in case. This is a false rally, and we do hit the levels between 42,000 and 30K. That'd be an amazing time to buy. Even now, maybe when it hit 60K, that was a wonderful time to buy, when prices was like, you know, down still 99, not 97. So that's a joke, you know. People up only 2%, 5%, 10% in there. Oh my God, alt season's coming. A bull market here again. I'm like, ooh, slow down, buddy, slow down. But we're in it together. You know, we're gonna DCA together. And if the market crashes, we're just gonna get wrecked together.